Go ahead. That worked good last time.
Okay. I'll give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Ken Morris, and I am here tonight, and I'm so excited. We have the opening of the Stephen James Collins Photography Modern Day Slavery Awareness Art Exhibit at the Hourglass Art and Wine Gallery in Rancho Cucamonga. And Steve and I are going to chat a little bit about how all of this came about, how we met. And before we get into that, I'd like to introduce you to the artist, Stephen Collins.
Hi, my name is Stephen James Collins, and I am just can't believe that we are here tonight. It's been such a wonderful experience in the journey here, a lot of hard work. But I walk around the gallery tonight and I see the images on the wall, and it's just surreal that we're finally here and doing good and supporting in the cause and raising awareness. I couldn't be more excited.
We have known each other for how long?
12 years.
12 years. Our daughters, both have 2 daughters that are the same ages, and Steve has known about what I have been doing as president of the Frederick Douglass Family Foundation and our mission to raise awareness about human trafficking and modern-day slavery. And about a year ago, he came to me with this idea and a pen and a napkin, and he said, I want to show you something. I want to show you what I have in mind. Now, I've always known that he was this great photographer by hobby, and my wife and I had always encouraged him to do something with that, to get it out there. And so why don't you tell the story about the napkin and how we got started with all of this?
Yeah, well, it came on the heels of a lot of conversations that we'd had, and obviously I'd been able to learn about Ken's lineage and being the great-great-great-grandson of Frederick Douglass and the great-great-grandson of Booker T. Washington, and how important that was to him. And he had told me stories about how when he was younger it was almost a heavy thing, and how now it was something that supported him and drove him to do the same type of things that his ancestors had done. And when I hear stories like that, they turn into images in my head. So the image that I popped into my head was Ken standing there doing great things, and the way I visualized him with his ancestors kind of behind him, almost surreal, ghost-like, supporting him from the past, and the way I think that he kind of sees it. So I scribbled a really crude drawing down. We also had the concept, I believe at that point, where we had old slavery and new slavery and the continuity that it never has really ended. And they kind of linked the past to the future. And that was the image that we scribbled down. That was the very first image of conceptually, especially to the gallery, and everything kind of as a matter of fate and providence kind of rolled out from there. And here we are tonight, a year later.
Yeah, and when I saw that image for the first time, and I think that when you scribbled it down on the napkin, it was not even a week later that you came back and showed me a draft, which is not that much different than what the image is. And I remember looking at that, and as you'll see at some point, he has Frederick Douglass on over my right shoulder and Booker T. Washington on my left shoulder, and both of their hands are on me. And I always like to tell a story about how, even with all of the greats, I'm the great-great-great and the great-great, it sometimes makes me feel very far removed. But my great-grandmother, whom I was very close to, Fanny Douglass, she actually met Frederick Douglass when she was a little girl. And my Aunt Portia, whom I was also very close to, was Booker T. Washington's daughter. And I remember being a little boy, and I would sit on their laps, and they would tell me stories, first-hand stories about my ancestors. And I always tell people that even with all of those greats, I stand just one person away. Now, all of a sudden, you show me this image, and the hands are on me, touching me now, and supporting me, and lifting me up. And I really felt the spirit of the ancestors. I had chills that were running up and down my spine, and to see the images here on this paper, this metallic luminescent paper, that all of these images just jump off the page. And when it gets dark and the lights hit it, it's going to be so powerful. And I just think you just have done a fantastic job.
Thank you. Thank you. It truly is amazing how you get lifted up when you're supporting a cause. When you really truly understand our photography for global change is basically the concept that we have, and then the philosophy that we have for the everything that we do. Basically, I mean, we truly believe that the image is the gateway to awareness. So my kind of concept is I want to be the guy on the front end that kind of slaps people in the face and snaps them out of it and makes them start asking questions. And when they start asking questions and with the captions, they get a little bit educated. You know, some of those people are going to be the future activists. There are future activists, and if I can take that awareness and doing what I do best and hand them off to all those hardworking activists like Ken Morris, who's out there educating as well, to the Aaron Cohens of the world, the Somali Mams, and all these people that are doing these incredible things. You know, if no one knows what their cause is and knows what they're doing, then it makes it that much more difficult for them. So I'm hoping to raise that awareness and be that front end that they come in through that process.
And awareness really is the key. Awareness is the key to really trying to get some headway with this issue. Because when you raise awareness, and that can be done through the medium of photography, it could be done through film, it could be done through the work that we do to educate and talk to young people and students. But when people find out that this exists, we hope that they will become outraged and that they will lend their resources and their talents to raising awareness and doing something about it. So we're just so excited that this has finally come together, and tonight is the opening night of this exhibit that's going to run for 3 weeks. And we look forward to welcoming you in the doors and down the red carpet, and we'll see you in just a little bit.
Yep. See you then.